Okay, a less destructive episode this time, however still probably quite destructive for the Corrado. I've got a couple of service items. It's literally just plugs and air filter at this stage, quite simply because I'm waiting for some of the parts to come. I'm waiting for new HT leads, but I'm also going to take the opportunity to inspect other areas while I'm under the bonnet. I'm sort of the mindset that if it's okay, I'll leave it. So what I'm going to do is try and find somewhere nice for you guys to rest. So there for now. Yeah, so we'll take a quick look at the engine bay, see what's what, see what we can salvage, what we can't, and go from there. So, having a quick look at the engine bay, if you're not familiar with these sort of Valva engines, pretty basic, pretty simple. You've got twin cam, 16 valve, 1.8 litre. As you can see, we've got some braided lines here, that is aftermarket. Doesn't look too bad. There's a couple of little things that I'm a bit like, the wiring on this car honestly is shocking. It's really bad, really bad. You can see it's not tidy at all. So I'm going to be taking stuff apart, taking stuff out, and have a look at sort of cleaning up these sort of areas, because I am hoping to do an engine swap at some point. I want to enjoy the car for what it is first, but an engine swap is on the way. I do have an oil filter that's in the back. I'm not going to do a fluids change until a little bit later on, just because I want to get it running smooth, refreshed, MOT, then I'll take it down to the unit, engine and gearbox, all of them. A couple of things that we can see look fairly new. Dizzy does seem, it has been done at some stage because it's all been marked up, but hopefully it's not in too bad shape. Let's have a look. Old filter, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's been forced in, looking a little bit tired, but not too bad. Throw that in here. Yeet it away. Right. So luckily I can keep most of this all in one. So I can just slide it up. Pop that in. Thank you very much. Someone. Goodness. Let me show you this. Someone has decided that they need to drill some aero all throughout the intake. Hey ho, you know, go faster. Okay, onto plugs. We've got that all nice clip back up. So the HT leads. Oh dear, wow. So if you can see inside, it's a little bit bronzy. Not too bad. Okay, so I've figured it out, and see if it'll focus. They are probably not performing to the best of their ability. A little bit of oil on the top threads, but nothing horrendous. So we'll get them swapped out, but this is what I've had to use, because of course I'm missing one of the most important fucking sizes, the middle socket. But we move. No job too small. With that being said, stick the old one in the box, plastic to the side, grab the new one, slide it in so it's snug, so it doesn't go anywhere. Feed it all the way in, and I can just twist it in. Once it starts to get a little bit hard, then I can just nip it up. Thank you very much. The rubber is still on here. give this a bit of a wipe. Let's get rid of some crap. So there, I'm just blowing into like one corner so that it has somewhere to go afterwards. So you'll notice like some of the shit just sort of flying out, but then we can shove it back on. Give it a good old shove. Make sure it's as deep as it can go, so it's sitting directly on top of the spark plug, and then move on to the next. Now sometimes these bloody HT leads are royally shoved in, so I'm going to grab a piece of plastic trim, pry them out. Okay then, so all the spark plugs have been changed, moving over towards the distributor. So I'm going to leave it in the position that it's in, remembering that the 2 is up here. I basically just want to inspect the state of the dizzy cap. Now there's oil in there, which is never a great sign. When you take these out, so it will be sort of a bolt here, bolt on the other side, and as you can see, one is a bolt and one is a screw. It is a Torx bit, but even still, it's not ideal. These do come with a gasket on them, so I'm hopefully going to try and find a breaker that's got one and just get something put on for now. Just looking at the contact point here, because basically what this does is, as the engine spins, cam spins, as a cam spins, that spins round and basically hits every single one of those connectors, giving it a positive charge, which then sends it over to the spark plug, down, fuel, pop, combustion. So, you know, none of these look too bad. No, none of them are excessive or overly horrible, so we can go ahead and throw this back on. Come on, you bugger. Let's get it connected. Let's pop this off quick. There's that. Right, okay. So this was broken also. That's not ideal. It's also covered in oil again. Not ideal. So this one will go at the top. It should go in that gap there. Why is it not going all the way in? Much more difficult doing these things. There we go. It's on. Doesn't fit as nicely as I would want it, to be perfectly honest. But it's there, it's doing its thing. Alternator, again, one of those consumable things that looks like it's a bit worn. And what the earth? Is that the earth? Has the earth broken? Because normally it would, yeah, you would earth it there, live to the battery, charge the battery. The wiring scares me on this car, it really, really does. But everything's back together, everything's tight, so we're going to go ahead and give her a crank, see what it's like turning over. Those spark plug change in itself will be a godsend for this car, so see how she's running. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, it was a bit of a rough start just to get it going, but I think a lot of that is due to the battery and just the general fact that it doesn't get run very much. But it's really fairly sweet. A little bit of wobble, but not too much that's scary. You probably can't even pick up on camera. We go around the back, we've got a flat tyre here, that is new. So that's different. I might have a bit of a blow here somewhere. Okay, so moving on to the interior of the car. This is my heater control unit, which is this little puppy right here. I'm quite glad I got this version, just because it looks better in the dash. Now, I do want a doubled-in system. So if I show you the actual centre console itself, take this out. This is what the centre console looks like at present. Now, do I get rid of the heater system and have my doubled in up here? Or do I get rid of this and have my doubled in down here and move the heater system up? That is the question. Now, this pocket is going to be, you can buy like gauges that fit in this pocket, which I think would look really nice. So I'm going to go for that, especially when I come to doing the engine conversion. So I can have like oil pressure, air fuel ratio, you know, boost, those sort of things. That will be very handy to have. So I'm thinking I get rid of this, so I can still have my my heater, like my blowers and stuff. Probably won't have AC just because race car. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I did see someone have that, which would be quite nice. Now the only thing I'm going to run into is I'm going to have to cut this section here. Now, whether I have to cut it completely off or I can just get away with it, I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm going to have to cut sort of here, back here. It's not even screwed in really, so just cut this top section off. I can move this right up then I can rerun the radio wires back down to the bottom. As for these wires, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to have to find another Corrado or some videos. Blimey. And see where they go to. I know what these are. I don't know what these are. But as for this mess, no idea. That being said, for today, I'm going to cut it there. I know I didn't get as much done as I wanted to do, but I'm just mindful of time, and I like to be able to sort of go over things and explain what I'm doing, and sort of also offer a little bit of knowledge, just so that it's not just a video of me doing something, cutting away, and then there it's done. Just in case someone did watch this and think, you know, I've bought a Corrado themselves, and rather than them figuring it out like I have, they can watch, say that I've already done it, or I've already done the legwork, so it's easy to do from then on. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and catch you on the next one.